Okay. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our latest iteration of our more or less bi-monthly Meet Our Neighbours meetings. Today we are meeting Hong Kong. I remain uncertain whether China will be able to join us or not. And I am very happy to be able to introduce the immediate past Vice President of the Western Pacific region, as well as current President of Hong Kong, Dr. Sissy Yu. Please take it away. And if everybody else could be on mute.
Hi, Western Pacific region sisters. Good afternoon. Well, in the Western Pacific, I'm very honored to present Hong Kong Women Doctors Association to you. Our association is 15 years old. It was formed in 2006. And our membership profile includes private sector, about half come from the private sector, and then the other half from the public sector, which mainly consists of the hospital authority, which is the second biggest employer outside the civil service. And also there are some doctors in the health department, and some work as academics in the university. There are two universities providing medical education, the Hong Kong University and the Chinese University. Our specialties, well, we have family medicine, and we have a wide range up to ear, nose, and throat specialty. But I would say that we have many ophthalmologists, and we have many OBS and gynae. Why? Well, it's a normal phenomenon because these two specialties are now female dominated. When you get into the eye hospital, there are more women than men there. Not patients, I mean the doctors. The mission of the Hong Kong Women Doctors Association, well, first of all, well, we have to work for our members, female doctors, their welfare, their interests are most important to us. And we advocate continuous life learning, balanced lifestyle, good communication and fellowship. We also serve the underprivileged in the Hong Kong society. We have a very active community service committee. Well, Hong Kong is an international city. We have many other professionals. So we foster relationship with the Women Accountants Association and also the Women Lawyers Association. We set up a charitable foundation in 2012, yes. That has got tax exemption from the Inland Revenue Department. I will talk about this charitable foundation in the following slide. We raise the awareness among the women doctors of the current affairs, what's going on, and we try to influence the policies of the government, which I will talk about later. Of course, we advocate healthy lifestyle in the public, not just in our own profession. Okay. Oh, sorry, 2013, it was established, not 12, yeah. We have a charitable foundation to support or to fund our community service activities. Everything needs money, and we also need to fund our education, our student activities. And we have sponsorships for medical students to attend the MWIA Triennial Conference. They have been to Vienna, to New York, and when they come back, they wrote essays about their experiences to share with the other medical students. It was a great experience where they can meet all the other prominent medical leaders from around the world. Okay, so the mission of this charitable foundation is to run community services to serve the underprivileged. And we congregate doctors of different specialties. and interest. We engage the medical students at the early stages to participate in our community services. And just now, Jenny mentioned, she joined us as a medical student some years ago. And we collaborate with other professionals and charitable groups. Some of them are NGOs against domestic violence, sexual violence. And we disseminate knowledge conducive to the advancement of health, especially during the COVID times. Now, this is a picture of our office bearers, and that's me. And that's our 3 VPs, Lorraine and Sharon. They're not sharing the same photo, but they're identical twins. This is Connie, Sarah, our on secretary, and Angie, our on treasurer. These are our board of directors, the other directors. Yolanda, she also chairs the current affairs committee. Fiona, internal affairs committee. Mandy, community services. Rose, that is also co-chair the internal affairs. Wakey is responsible for our newsletter, internal communications. And Josephine, she's an orthopedic professor, and she is responsible for, she's one of our NCs for international affairs. And there's KS, our ex officio, our immediate past president. We have, now talking about our board just now, that's our governance. They make decisions, they plan strategically, they guide the direction of HKWDA, what's for our best interest. Committee is an operating, carries out operating responsibility. The functional, they are the 12 operational arms. Academic committee, community service, current affairs, internal affairs. No, you can read it faster than I say it. And then some of them are headed by our board members as well, but some we have other people co-chairing or leading it by themselves. And we encourage more, especially young members, to join these committees. Here I would introduce a few committees, and I would, following me, that will be a more detailed introduction of our community service committee and also about our youth committee. And lastly, there is one recent project from our charitable foundation that will be presented by Rose. In our academic and education committee, we mainly conduct CME events. Accredited CME points by the colleges, the different specialty colleges of the Hong Kong Academy of Medicine. That's our local academy. Same in Australia, same in UK. And that's an oncologist. Recent treatment, talking about recent treatment in breast cancer. And this one, I think that time it was psychiatrist talking about hyperactive syndrome or something. Yes, and it's a very light lunch served. Current Affairs Committee, chaired by Yolanda. She is a radiologist. And usually the law reform committee of the government will send us papers, drafts before they go into law, and ask for our comments, such on women, and usually women and children issues. Last one was a consultation paper on the miscellaneous sexual offences. also consultation paper on causing or allowing oh dear, sorry. Oh yeah, I cannot read it because of the yeah, okay. Consultation paper on causing or allowing the death or serious harm of a child or vulnerable adult. And lately, the COVID pandemic, we were consulted by the government how to improve before the public vaccination program. We were consulted, and when the vaccine hesitancy was so bad that people tried to avoid being vaccinated, or 70% of Hong Kong people do not want to be vaccinated, then the government also invite us, our association, to give some advice how to improve the vaccination rate. And one of our advice is, of course, carrot and a stick. And how, if anyone get vaccinated, they get 2 days of rest day. And now the government is implementing it, and some private corporations are implementing it too. And there are many like our mass transit, our MTR, right, our tube, our the train service, they provide many prices for anyone who has been vaccinated. There are property developers who provide the first prize in a lucky draw, a free apartment that cost about 10 million Hong Kong dollars, or I would say about 10 million. That should be 500,000 Australian dollars as the first prize for someone in a lucky draw for people who have been vaccinated. So these are the carrots. No sticks so far. International, that is the International Affairs Committee, there's a typo there, chaired by Josephine and also Amy. Both of them went to New York conference, went to Brooklyn, and there we are. It was the med students here. Yeah. Now, what do our local liaison committee does? Chaired by Victoria. The latest one is a visit to the newly built Hong Kong Children's Hospital. This is the first children's hospital in Hong Kong. I know in Australia, in every main city, they have a children's hospital for many years. But in Hong Kong, this is the first one at the old Kai Tak Airport. Mainland Liaison Committee. We have a mainland. Hong Kong is a special administrative region of China. So across our border, there is the vast mainland. And we have exchanges with close by Shenzhen and also Guangzhou. And actually, Hong Kong, Shenzhen, and Guangzhou are big cities in the Greater Bay Area. So Shenzhen is famous for technology and bioscience, and we gave them a visit. I think this is this is Beijing Genome Institute. I think I remember. Yeah, and that is the exchanges or a gathering with the Shenzhen Medical Women Association. Now, this committee is chaired by Connie. Sports committee chaired by Jane. We organize teams to support other NGOs like Medicine Sans Frontières. Every year they have a sports event. I think in 2019, they held orienteering to raise funds. So we joined the sports team, and also we help them to raise funds too. And that is me with 3 medical students. Yeah, we jumped high. That's the picture taken before we started the race. And we also joined the World Qigong Organizations or Associations annual Qigong Health Day in Hong Kong. I think they break the Guinness record of having the most people doing Qigong or Tai Chi or at the same venue at the same time. Yeah. Oh, so we are somewhere there. Welfare and Fellowship Committee chaired by Mandy. Yeah. Well, that's lifestyle. Okay. We advocate balanced lifestyle. So we organize tea appreciation workshop. We also organize perfume appreciation workshop. Now, this is a French lady who opened a French, a perfume shop at Shanghai, Hong Kong, and of course she is disseminating French culture to us, and yeah, it was very educational. We were allowed to mix our own scent too. Hong Kong International Jewelry Show that I think because of COVID that's being suspended at the moment. It is organized by the Trade Development Council in Hong Kong, and they gave us VIP tickets. So our members can go there, and we enjoy free flow of champagne, jewelry fashion walk. And this is a picture of us at one of their exhibit counters. I would say the most impressive thing is the Italian hall. They have many shops in the Italian section, and their design is most impressive. As I would say, it's jaw dropping. Oh wow! Okay, right. Have I finished? Yes, I have finished, and I have to pass the screen to next one is Lovina. Is she in? Hey, is she in? Where is she? Oops. Oh. Hey, are you in? Oh, yes. You still got your mask on. You must be in your clinic. You got your white coat. Hey, yes. Oh, well, it's all yours, yes.
Sissy, I've made you a co-host, if that helps.
Well, hey, please open your mic first so we can talk.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. And
now share your screen.
How do I share my screen?
There is a green button either at the bottom or at the top banner.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Share. I'm not sharing my screen. Yeah.
Yes, you're sharing your screen.
Yeah. Can you see the PowerPoint?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I'd like to share with you our work in the Community Service Committee. Our chair lady is Dr. Mandy, but unfortunately she's not free today, so I'm the one to present. And one of our main focus is on health screening for underprivileged women including projects like Ripple's Action for Local Income Groups and New Immigrants and Ethnic Minority, and also Rain Lily and Women Health Day with other NGOs. Ripple Action is actually a collaborative project of women doctors here, and women accountant, women lawyer, and social workers. And this is a photo showing our group with CC and our members and medical students. And many a time we provide a service in the school like this one. They allow us to use the classroom that is transformed into a cervical screening suite using the portable notice board as a partition. And so the women will do the registration and then come in to have the cervical screening. And as for Rain Lily, it actually is, sorry, Rain Lily actually is the first rape crisis center established in Hong Kong in the year 2000. And they have found that women of ethnic minority or migrant workers sometimes when they have the unfortunate encounter with sexual violence, they dare not speak up. So we stand for workers, migrant workers, and E stand for women of ethnic minority, and to propose some advocacy so they are aware of sexual violence. And on the same day, we'll provide a cervical screening. So this is the health talk prior to cervical screening. And we always need the help of interpreter because they speak their own language. And this slide shows that these are the migrant workers. We collaborate with an NGO, one of the NGO that have affiliation with the church. So the church provides a free venue for screening. The health check will include a health talk, checking the blood pressure, BMI, some finger pricks for blood glucose and cholesterol, and smear taking. And in one of the events, we utilize a self-sampling of HPV DNA test that is collaborating with a research project by the School of Public Health of the Chinese University of Hong Kong. So far, we more than 1,500 women benefited from this cervical screening. So this is the health day in the Chinese University, the School of Public Health, and this is Professor Wong explaining how to perform HPV self-sampling and workers receiving instructions. And so it's me taking the blood pressure, and so the nurses helping with the finger pricks. And we also organize free HPV vaccination to the underprivileged girls in Hong Kong. So far in Hong Kong, it's not a universal coverage for HPV vaccination. And back in the 2013, 2016, we have sort of collaborated with some social workers from different NGOs with funding from SONTA and some discount from the drug firm to provide free HPV vaccinations to girls aged between 9 to 18 from low-income families. And they are, the project is very welcomed by these families. And here is the photo showing the venue that was showing the injection by retired. We have got help from retired nurses. And this is in the center for ethnic minority. Yeah. And also we collaborated with some other NGO, like the one called Teens Key in Hong Kong that is dedicated to relating problems of young women and girls in terms of sexual health education and gender issues. So our member will provide education about, say, like sexually transmitted diseases. So the social workers and volunteers from Teens Key have a better understanding, so they can spread the message to these teenage girls. This is one of the workshop. We just because of our work, we have noted that ethnic minority groups in Hong Kong are they lack access to health. Their health awareness is not as good, so we extend to men as well. So we conduct several health screening for both men and women of ethnic minorities, again, including the blood pressure check, BMI, and the finger pricks for glucose and cholesterol. And we provide health advice based on the screening results, and to educate them on healthy diet and lifestyle. But interestingly, actually, they are very conservative, even for when they are living in Hong Kong. The men and women, they are organized in the separate time slots because they don't want to mix together. So these are the finger pricks for the gentlemen and the health talk for the ladies. So after the screening results, and so we give them individualized counseling or in small groups. And we need interpreter many a time, but then the youngsters of these families, they always accompany the family members and help as interpreters. And with the recent COVID, and we have also arranged some, have done some work, including some Zoom talk to enhance knowledge on COVID, and also introduce the vaccine. We have also participated in health talks, in terms face-to-face health talks in small groups, like the one organized in July last year, the Zoom talk by our health infectious disease specialist. And then with the availability of the COVID vaccine, we have also organized Zoom talk about the COVID vaccine, mainly to migrant workers. And this is a session on with face-to-face discussions of these people recruited by the social workers. And this is Dr. Mandy Ng, together with other doctors and nurses, as a panel answering queries. Thank you.
Thank you, Hei. Thank you. Oh, well, any questions for Hei, or we want to go straight to youth committee and then we can have some Q&As later? What do you think, Des?
I think we'll have Q&A at the end. Good
All
idea.
Right. Okay, Jenny, your show.
Let me check. I'm still trying to share my screen. I'm sorry, please wait a moment. I'm sorry, I think I need to quit and reopen my Zoom window. So
I just made you a co-host. Oops, she's gone. Don't know if that helped. All right, here she is back again. I was going to say we can talk amongst ourselves.
okay, sorry to have to leave. I'm trying to share my screen again. Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Great. So, let me check. So, hello everyone. This is Jenny from Hong Kong, representing the Hong Kong Women Doctors Association Youth Committee, and I'm really happy to see you all for the first time today. So, yes. Okay, so our youth committee is established since 2013, and the Youth Committee acts as a bridge between the members of the association and the medical students, as well as junior female doctors. So we have held various activities over the past years with active participation from members and our medical students. And now I will briefly show you guys an overview, mostly pictures really, of what we've done in the past few years. So the first activity that I'm going to show you would be our main program, the Mentor-Mentee Student Program. It is a yearly event that has been a success ever since it was first held in 2014. And we have connected over 500 medical students with their specialties of interest so far. And depending on the mentors, students were able to gauge a better understanding of the specialties of their interests through different clinical experiences and different attachments. As a highlight to our mentorship program, we organize career talks. We call it the Specialty Marathon, which is a series of career talks given by our mentors in the middle of our mentorship program. And you can see there are medical students forming different circles and groups with our specialists, and we rotate through different groups in the afternoon, yeah. And thanks to the help of our members and our mentors, the talks have been a great success with more than 120 students joining in the year of 2019. And for over the years, we have developed a tradition to hold mid-year lunch gatherings for our mentors and mentees as well. So we have held indoor lunch gatherings and even outdoor barbecue as shown in this picture. So it serves as a platform for our mentors and mentees to bond, to meet, yeah. And in response to our students with great interest in the surgical field that we have received in our mentorship programs, we had organized a few microsurgical skills workshop at the Hong Kong Eye Hospital. As you can see here, our neurosurgeon member is teaching our students how to do stitches on bananas. And here showing some of our ophthalmologist members showing how to do stitches under the microscope. It was really, really fun. I'm sorry, wait. Okay. So other than holding workshops and mentorship programs, just as Dr. CCU has mentioned just now, the Charitable Foundation has sponsored our youth committee members to join the MWIA conferences in the past. In 2016, a few of our youth committee has joined the conference in Vienna and presented a presentation on an observation on Hong Kong's Generation Y. Through different cultural gatherings and exchange of ideas with female doctors from all over the world, they have learned the difficulties that different female doctors in different nations are facing in this generation. And it's something that even medical school cannot teach us. And following the success in 2016, the Charitable Foundation has again sponsored 5 of our medical students to join the conference, the Centennial Congress held in New York in 2019. Our student members presented a poster to over 1,000 members joining the Congress there. And here is a picture showing the cultural dinner, the gala dinner at the end of the Congress. And thanks to our Chinese affairs directors, we have organized an exchange program with the Zhongshan Medical School. It was held with the Zhongshan Medical School, and our medical students and nursing students were able to go there and had an 11 days clinical attachment with the Zhongshan Hospital. And here are pictures showing our medical and nursing students attending the exchange program. Other than the academic activities, the youth committee has also held talks with doctors who had been on Medicine Sans Frontières trips to rural countries. And this picture shows our surgeon, Dr. Sharon Chan. She has been to a war country back in those days performing emergent surgeries. And here are students talking to her. And this is another of our Dr. Chakraborty, giving a talk on his experience in building a diabetic center from scratch in a developing country. And it all seemed like yesterday when I was extracting pictures and photos of all the activities that we've organized. And it's sad that when COVID struck, we haven't been holding any activities since 2019. And I think COVID has been affecting us, all of our different countries, in medical students, medical schools, and hospitals in many different ways. And I think Hong Kong is very lucky with more privilege, having a lot of vaccines around, yes. And during the difficult times when we ran out of medical supplies during the start of COVID, one of our student members has created all these beautiful postcards using beautiful pictures and very encouraging quotes here to encourage the medical staff that we're doing all that we can do. And I hope all of these postcards could inspire you too. And this will be the end of my presentation. And I hope to see you guys in person very soon. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Jenny. Yes. Next one will be an activity from our charitable foundation presented by Dr. Rose Ding. Rose, are you there?
Hello. Hello, Cici.
Hi, Rose is an endocrinologist.
Yes, and hello everyone, and I'm happy to present one of the recently organized charitable activity is the online cooking competition, and I would like to share my screen for the. Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So this is the competition. It's called the Hong Kong Women Doctor Association Charitable Foundation Cooking Competition. And the background is that because during the COVID-19 pandemic, since
excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt. I can't see the shared screen.
Oh, okay.
Is it just me? Because Deb has sent us that as well, and I've made you a co-host, so you should be able to share the screen.
Oh, okay. So let's see.
There we go. That's great. Thank you very much.
Okay, then that's good. Okay, so, sorry about that. And here, yes. So this is our recently organized activity is the cooking competition for this one of the charitable foundation activity. And the background is that because under the COVID-19 pandemic, so since every activity get suspended, like the previous charitable gala dinner was suspended, and so we are thinking something that we go online. And also because you know that Hong Kong is also it is a cosmopolitan city, but the poverty is also quite common in a group of the citizens, and so you know that it is famous for its poor living conditions. Some of the elderly, they need to go to the street to pick up the recycled papers for earning some money, and some conditions they live in a very small place, and they're facing different kinds of the financial issues. And this is particularly in this pandemic because some of the people who were working in the tourism industry, in the food and catering industry, they really suffer a lot because of this pandemic. And so we want to do something to help these people. So this one of the idea that we go something online, virtual, is the charitable virtual cooking competition. So this is the first event that we organize, go online, and we just invite our members, and also non-members are welcome. They can form a team, or they can join it as a single participant, and they just take a short video of less than 4 minutes to how they prepare some sweet things, because we women like desserts, and also desserts, they add some sweets to our daily life. And so we planned that the theme was the dessert and also the sweet things. And so you make a recipe, put it online, and also record the how to make these desserts and in the video, and then upload it. And that people who think that they are not very good at cooking, they can also donate or sponsor their participants. So the money that all the net proceeds goes to the to support the food bank in Hong Kong. And so these food bank, they are intended to distribute the food to the elderlies, and also the people who suffer from the poverty. And so let's talk about the participants' the words. It's really very amazing, and our response is actually very good. And here comes the champion. That you can see that the cupcakes that is actually made by one of our members and her daughter, and it's really very amazing video. And you can see that the picture. Oh, this is really looks very yummy. And the other participants, they have also showed a very good for the food, like there's a butter cake. So this is the egg white dessert. It is very common in Hong Kong, and also some traditional Chinese dessert. We call it sweet soup. This is the this is used made of the almond powder, and we call it the almond paste. In the is one of the work, and so we finally can raise the money and to support the food bank. And so from this competition, we find out that some charitable events that can actually goes in the virtual format, although that in physically is a lot of limitation during the COVID episode. And initially, we do encounter that some of the participants, they show difficulty in the show some reluctance about the online competition, because they think that, oh, I'm not a professional YouTuber, and so my device is not good for recording also. But actually our requirement is not high, and perhaps then next time when we organize similar activity, we can give more participants some more technical support, so that we can attract more contestants to join this activity. And also because everything goes online and it's very convenient, and I just hope that we can involve the other women professional bodies like the Women Lawyer Association, etc., to join this meaningful event as well. So this is the end of my short presentation. So thank you for listening.
Thank you, Rose. It is low cost, very low cost, but easy to raise fund in this social distancing time.
Right. And I do agree. And in fact, joining this participation, this competition is very fun. And I was one of them who joined this competition, and I found out that doing this video making and also actually cooking the food creates a lot of fun to me as well as to my kids, and it is also a time to organize some activities for the children as well. So this one can involve everyone. So it's a very meaningful activity to me.
And the kids know that it is for charity. I mean, their little hands whipping the eggs and then sieving the flowers, and then you can see the smiles on their faces.
Yes, actually my kids enjoy very much. And they often know that they support the fundraising. Then they ask me how much do you raise from this, and they want to sponsor this activity as well. So thank you.
Oh, well, that's the end of the Hong Kong Women Doctors Association's presentation. Well, is there any questions?
Well, I'll make a comment first. Congratulations on an amazing and inspiring presentation that I think, looking at all the smiles that have been on the screen, everybody's really enjoyed. Whilst everybody thinks of their questions, and you put your hand up if you would like to ask a question or ask it in the chat, can I get people to turn on their cameras so we can get a photo? We've got 40 participants at the moment, which is a lovely number, and it would be really great to get a screenshot of everybody. But meanwhile, there's lots of congratulations on the chat, but people need to think up their questions, please. So shall I take a screenshot in everybody smiling, do your hair, your teeth, everything? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Now over for questions. You can unmute yourselves and ask questions in an orderly manner. Or Chrissy or Sissy, you can make a comment.
Well, MWIA is a big family, and we like to be part of it. We learn from other associations. It really opened up our horizons. It's good to make friendships and build networks and learn about other cultures. And I think the whole HKWDA, especially the youth committee, they have this they have this value too, and that's why, you know, we're so happy to be sharing and to be present in this online meeting.
Yes, and is Marissa still with us? I think, Marissa, did you have any questions from the perspective of our young MWIA cohort in how we can harness some of this amazing enthusiasm from Hong Kong?
I do actually. I just I have typed out my questions, and I was going to spoon feed them through, but I guess firstly, congratulations. It's I'm in awe of the projects that you are able to run. And I guess I have a lot of questions, but maybe to start with, I'm interested in how you manage the teams required to do this work. Particularly, I'm going to make an assumption that it's sort of a volunteer basis, and we're all very busy people. How do you keep the team motivated? Like that, all of these projects require a commitment of a team at the outset to keep them running, and I'm interested in how you keep people motivated to be involved.
There is no intention of getting people motivated. I think it's we just keep our values and beliefs right from the beginning and maintained it and do not change our beliefs, and you give each of the committee a freedom to run. I would say a freedom to run because they run on their own. There's little interference from the board. The board only support these committees to do whatever they like. Very little interference. So I don't have an answer for your question of motivation.
You plan your events, and they have a team and they run by themselves.
Oh yes, I would say so. Yes.
Yeah.
We hold our board meeting or board and committee meeting every 2 months. Well, at first we have difficulty in funding the community service projects, but after we set up our charitable foundation and we had a few big fundraising events like a charity concert, what else? Charity concert. Oh yeah, and then a charity Cantonese opera singing event. Yeah, a few events, and so we have some money in the bank. Put aside most of them in fixed term deposits. Again, a high interest rate, and then you know they are just free to do their projects like the ripple action, like the whatever. They become a routine projects, and they get sufficient funding, and they just run on their own.
How long have they been running for, those charitable projects? I presume, the reason I ask is I presume over time people come to know that they exist. And have you noticed that they gain momentum over time?
Oh, maybe Hei would be better to answer this question. You are the first committee chair lady back in 2006. Yes.
I think at the beginning, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I can. No patient. I can remove the mask actually. So I think one of the very important sort of a factor for the success is at the very beginning in the year 2006 or 2007, in the initial few years, we have a core group of members, the board and all the board members, and supporting each other, very supportive, of course, from CC. And in a lot of events and like the community service, and we get the support from the entire board and people trying to recruit volunteers among their friends. And after the initial field events, and then we come up with a format, and then we know how to organize according to the same format. Like the Ripple Action is a collaborative project with different professionals, like women doctors, it's us, women accountants, and women lawyers, and there's also social workers. And the collaboration with the different NGOs in Hong Kong is a very important issue, because these social workers are actually the one who organize the event. We are invited as professionals to give the professional inputs. They recruit the people. All these people who participated in all these events are actually their own clients, and also there is a good network of NGOs, and so the NGOs, one NGO will introduce us to another NGO, and then we collaborate with another NGO, or like the Rain Lily, another NGO that we have collaborated for many years, and then they provide the venue, and then they provide a lot of support in terms of staff to do the registration, and also the organize say like callback that includes a lot, that involves a lot of work. So we are just contributing the medical part, whereas the social workers in all these different NGOs, they provide the support.
Yes. Yes.
오션 감지 녹화 10건 이상과 충격 감지 녹화 4건 이 발생.
Thank you very much. That describes well, I think, for me, how the project started and evolved with time.
Have we got any other comments or questions that anybody would like to ask? Well, I think, Sissy, everybody's speechless with admiration. And I would really love to just congratulate Hong Kong on having such a dynamic and busy organisation that is contributing so much to their society. I mean, you know, I think from these meetings we have heard about how amazing each of our organisations are in each of our own little spaces. But it's amazing the work and output that medical women are doing in their countries and in their nations. And I think we can all say that we have learnt a lot from the presentation from Hong Kong, and we have lots of ideas to take away with that. I think just about everyone might have had an element that they think, oh, maybe I could use that as an idea in my organisation. And I think we've taken that from each of the presentations that we've had over this 12 months. Now, I'll make one last appeal, but I can't see anyone from China on here with us, because otherwise I will be bringing our meeting to a close in the next few minutes. Does anyone else have a comment that they would like to make? Sissy, would you like to summarise a wrap up for us, maybe?
Oh, wow.
Let me put you on the spot.
Well, the Western Pacific region has many members, and under the leadership of DES, we come closer together because of this platform of getting to know you platform that each associations can present the work and also their members, and when we know each other more. I think this should be continue into the next term after 2022. We keep it as our routines. Well,
I guess our next one will be in Korea. Now, has everybody registered for the Korean virtual meeting? Dr. Bike, you're here somewhere. Do we need to post it in the chat? Have you all registered? If you have any issues with the links, and Magda, are you waving your hand there? You're on mute though. If you had, yes.
Registered.
Oh, Magda's registered.
From Korea.
Yes.
Can I put the slide?
Please do. Please do. Now, as I said before, Mongolia is not currently an active member of MWIA, so we will try and all join at this meeting, and perhaps have we will need to have a Western Pacific business meeting on the side, and can arrange anything else. But we all need to sign up and join. It's not because it's virtual. It's not very expensive, really, and as Magda has reminded us, the submission date for abstracts is now up there, is June the 7th, which means I'd better hurry up with mine. And we all need to hurry up and register, because today is the deadline for the early bird.
Oh, wow.
So we better hang up and all go do that, right?
Yes,
No,
yes,
deadline is July, not June.
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh, Magda, you spoiled it. I was going to get everybody joined up today.
But abstract deadline is June 7th. So
Yeah, the abstract.
Sorry.
Do you understand that? And you cannot submit an abstract without registering first. And I must commend you on your application form, Korea. It is an excellent application form. And it's a very easy online process to navigate. So congratulations on that also.
Thank you. And actually, the early registration deadline is just today, but we will have some kind of postpone or something like that. So don't worry. But please hurry, and please visit right now our website and register, and also submit your abstracts.
Very good. And Susan, you've got a question there.
Yes, hi. I'm so sorry I missed you all. There was an hour it was incorrect with the hour. It said it started at 7 a.m. on my original mailing. So
I'm so sorry. Yes, that we all endlessly have trouble with time differences. But Susan, I've recorded this and I'll send it to you.
Would you please? Yes, I'm from Cornwall, UK. So it's lovely to see everybody. I just I'm sorry I've missed the event, but I will look at it afterwards. So
yes,
thank you.
Susan,
Thank
can
you so
you
much.
email me to make sure that I will directly email that to you. I've posted my email in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Dr. Bike.
Oh yeah, hi. And also, you know, the contents of our Congress. And also we prepared a VOD session named COVID-19 in Western Pacific regions. And that is about the open to all the West Pacific member countries. The topics can be COVID-19 in children's health, in women's health, also in violence too. This virtual conference is the first time to be tried in Western Pacific region. So we really need your support, and please register right now, and please encourage your colleagues to submit and register all the things. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, everybody. I hope you've had a lovely hour together today, and we will meet again at the Korean meeting. I am very sorry, as always, that we won't be able to all meet in person, but hopefully we can next year in Taiwan. And Sherry, I should have had you ready to advertise the Taiwanese meeting, the meeting in Taiwan. But do you want to briefly give the dates and we will finish up on time? You're on mute, Sherry.
The Congress will be held on June 24 to 26, 2022 at the Taipei International Convention Center. And there's a lot of all kinds activity have been planned, and the website will be on from next week.
Well,
and
I
there's
can't
a
wait.
newsletter will be sending out from SG to every member. Then you can subscribe the newsletter, get updates from the Secretariat.
Well, I've never been to Taiwan, so I can't wait. And sorry, Magda.
Could I just ask Sherry regarding the scientific program for Taiwan? Now, is there any requirement that you have of me as co-chair of Scientific and Research Subcommittee to support you in this endeavour for the conference in Taiwan?
Absolutely, because MWIA have a working group already, and also the session proposal will be called on the website, and there's a deadline to next month, to not next month, for 2 months, and then we'll close. And the scientific committee of MWIA and the sub committee of the local organizing committee will work together to decide what all those session will be, and the plenary session and the keynote speakers and all those have been planned on those program at a glance, and you will see them next week.
All right, thank you, Sherry, and thank you, everybody. Have a lovely rest of your afternoon or day or evening or whatever it is, or wherever you are, and we will see you at the meeting in Korea. Bye now, everyone, and some of you I'll see on the other link. Bye now.
Bye.